you ready to unlock the power in you? You click on the thumbnail. I know your answer is yes. Let's do this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Yes, today's book recommendation is the 5 Seconds Rule by Robbin. Transform your life, work, and confidence with everyday courage. She's an American motivational speaker. I've been following Robbin for as long as I can remember. You know the saying, if they have been around for a long time, they are probably going to be around for a very long time. And not just that, it takes someone that knows what they're saying and doing to be this consistent. Mel has been consistent. I like the way she talks. Her battles in the past, anxiety, alcoholism, relationship difficulty, and how she overcame them with this simple trick. Very simple, basic, but it's often the simple and basic things that works. Yes, it sounds like the silliest thing, yet it works. Studies have shown its effectiveness. It's such a great tool to help you to take control of your life and start living more. Use this for things like waking up in the morning, going to the gym, eating healthy, introducing yourself to someone entirely new, asking a girl or a guy out on a date. Basically anything that you struggle with that you wish to make positive change in. So let's get to the things I like about the book. If you have seen this book, you know that the first thing I would like is the cover. This book cover is on another level. It's so appealing, that's to me of course. The golden fonts are catchy. It meets most of the qualities of a good book cover. So I like it. So let's get to the second one. When I read the stories here are true, the events described here are real, no name change, and the social media posts are actual posts. I was like, oh yeah, this is the real deal. I was ready to dive in, even before she said she can't wait to share. I was already in. So let's get to the third thing I like about this book, the 5 Seconds Rule by Robbin. I like the everyday courage on page 6. Just get the book because I'm sure you will like it. You know most of any of these books, I'm just telling you my own likes and lessons for you to go and read and tell and share your own likes and lessons too. Okay? So don't take mine for the final word. Better read the book by itself. Okay? You know how I like quotes at the beginning of a chapter. So this one too has it. So I like it. I won't skip it, I like it. And the 5th thing I like about this book, the 5 Seconds Rule by Robbin, is the success stories. The success stories are so motivating. I like that a lot, especially the social media posts. They came in real, they're so real. Then the 6th thing I like about this book, I read the soft copy, that's why you're not seeing me holding the hard copy as I used to do. I'm migrating to soft copy these days now because my son is tearing all the books, so I'm going in to soft. The 6th one, the suspense strategy will keep you glued. Instead of explaining what the rules are, she started with testimonials from real people. With that, you can't wait to see what the 5 seconds rules are. I like that a lot. Then the 7th thing I like about this book, 5 Seconds Rule by Robbin. I was the problem, and in 5 seconds I could push myself to become the solution. Serious. I like that. So whenever doubt sets in, look in, the solution is within. Then I like David Foster Wallace, W-A-L-L-A-C-E. I like the water jokes. Then the 9th thing I like about this book, I enjoyed the story behind the 5 seconds rule, how she launched herself out of bed. And the 10th thing I like about this book, the readability of this book is very good. The tone is conversational, not a lot of big vocabularies. Very easy to read, easy to follow along. So I like that. So let's get to the lessons I learned from this book, 5 Seconds Rule by Robbin. The first lesson here for me is from the everyday courage. How she defines courage stood out to me. That is the ability to do the things that feels difficult, scary or uncertain. She went on to emphasize that courage is not reserved for choosing few. That is true. Then the second thing I learned from this book is learning again to believe in my ability to change my life is so refreshing. No one has the ability except you. You can be who you want to if you want to. Did you get that? You are your best project. Get the book, get the book. Then the third lesson I learned from this book. The lesson from the creation of the 5 seconds rule is phenomenal. It all started at the time when everything was falling apart in her life. This is to say that pains most times create clarity. It is in our lowest moment that we step up. Then the fourth thing I learned from this book, I learned that taking action is honoring my instincts. Quit making excuses. The moment you step out to do that thing you've been wanting to do, you just end yourself and honor back. Then the fifth lesson I learned from this book, The 5 Seconds Rule by Robbin, is things get easier the moment you understand your own ability to push yourself to action. Did you get that? Get the book. Then the sixth lesson I learned from this book is David Foster Wallace's Water Jokes reveals how we intend to not see the obvious important things. The seventh lesson I learned from this book is the author at 41, she was just trying to figure out her life. The lesson here is you can begin at any time. The most important thing is to begin, because that's what Robbin did. She worked during the day, focused on the kids when she gets home, and then studied at night to get the certification needed. As a mom of 3 like her, all I see here is that she found a way, because it's not easy. It's not. Okay, let's get to the 8th lesson I learned from this book. The famous rocket final 5 seconds countdown. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 from the TV commercial. It's an insight to me as well as it is to Mel. She figured she could launch herself out of bed within 5 seconds, moving so fast that she wouldn't have the time to talk herself out of it. I immediately replicated it for my kids. Getting them to take drugs is always tiring. So all I did was 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. They responded. I didn't give them the opportunity to say no or negotiate, you know. So they just took the drug like that. So it works. With the little things, it works. Just maybe you're trying to get your kids to take drugs. If I try my own, it will work for you. So let me get to the 9th lesson I learned from this book. I learned that when it comes to goals, dreams, and changing your life, your inner wisdom is a journey. Personally, I believe it's the Holy Spirit that lives inside of us. That's from my faith perspective. Then the 10th lesson I learned from this book is pushing yourself to take simple actions creates chain reaction in your confidence and in your productivity. In other words, if you want to increase your confidence and productivity level, then it's time to push yourself to action. Then the 11th lesson I learned from this book, 5 Seconds Rule by Robbin, my very own Robbin, is you don't have to feel like it before you start. Stop overanalyzing actions that has the potential to make your life better than it is. Stop that attitude. So basically, this book, 5 Seconds Rule by Robbin, is all about behavioral activation. Acting on the spot using the countdown to beat procrastination. The rationale behind this is when you take a decision within 5 seconds, you're making that decision before your brain starts overanalyzing the whole thing, because our brain is positioned to analyze why you should, why you shouldn't. You may have heard of analysis paralysis. That is paradox of choice. Less is more. Too much choice is stressful. I like how Mark Maxon talked about it in his book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving In. I made a video about it. I'll be dropping the link on the description box. So I recommend this book if you already know what it is you want to do, but find it hard to launch to action. It's filled with detailed testimonies from all sorts of life, different age groups. I think a lot of people who are stuck are most likely to get confidence that this rule will work, which brings it down to the fact that it's possible. Have you read this book? What other lesson have you learned? What's your take on the book? Feel free to ask me any business and personal development questions. I'll be sure to reply you. And until next video, make sure to be deliberate on your growth. If you're yet to read this book, especially if you are still suffering from analysis paralysis, it's time to count backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Take action.
Skill Faculty. We are on the side of skill.